What's going on, y'all? It is Whitney, aka Justwhiti, for a segment of, I think I'll call this Matters of the Heart. Just a transparent moment, sharing my thoughts for the moment in regards to heart and different things we experience, right? Today's subject will be on bruises and wounds of the heart. Wounds, not wombs. If you all know anybody who may want to listen to this video, share this video, like, subscribe, and I'm gonna just get right to it. Honestly, I didn't write any notes down for these segments on purpose, just to be transparent in thought and expression. And so I was like, Lord, what you want to talk about today? And I felt like He wanted to discuss bruises and heart wounds, right? And so in life, we all experience hurt in the heart area, just by default, because people are human. This world can be evil, and we all experience things that we didn't think would happen, or just by default living, right? And so then your heart has a bruise. So with bruises, just in the natural, usually they heal by default, right? So if I gash my hand, unless I have a sickness, it's going to eventually heal, right? So depending on the impact or the severity of the bruise, you should medicate it accordingly, right? So a little scratch, a paper cut scratch on my heart wouldn't be medicated the same way as a messy, abusive breakup, right? They're two different things, but they still affected my heart in different ways. I hope I'm making sense. I talk in metaphors, y'all. It's the way He created me. But I think it's really important to identify, or at least try to understand the impact of different hurts on us, because I feel like we function in life sometimes, and sometimes we can become numb to hurt, disappointment, different things that really do affect us, right? So for instance, if I've dealt with rejection a lot of my life, maybe my response to rejection now is numb. Like, maybe that's not a good example. What's another example? Abuse, right? So maybe I was abused as a kid, or abused in a relationship. And so I got out that relationship because it was physically abusive. Then I get into another one, and now they're verbally abusive, but it's not as bad as the physical. Then I move out of that one. Now I'm in another relationship, and it's emotionally abusive. And so I feel like sometimes when we navigate around wounds in the heart, if we don't actually heal and look at what happened to our heart, we can become, or even filter our love in toxic ways, because we haven't really dealt with our heart's condition, right? And so that's what I really want to talk about, is first of all, being sensitive to what's happened to your heart, right? And that's not to say that we all just walking around sad and miserable. It's to say that some heart wounds or heart bruises come up through triggers and trauma in moments, right? And it's all a part of us. And ultimately, it's all beautiful, because we all have the opportunity to narrate our future, right? And so what the Lord was kind of revealing to me about this is that with heart wounds and heart scars, just like a scar that you have that may have had a big impact on your skin, after a while it heals, right? Now, depending on how you treat it, it might be infected or it might heal properly. But going along, it heals, but you can still see the scar, right? So with heart wounds, we don't forget things that happen to us, or we still remember, right? And so, but the thing that changes with the scar is the fact that it doesn't feel the same, right? When you touch it a year from the incident, it doesn't feel the same. Even though you can see it, it doesn't hurt the same, right? And so I think that's significant to heart scars as well. You know, it's like the way it made you feel, right? It doesn't feel the same. So it's not that you don't forget the bruise or the rejection or the hurt, right? It just doesn't feel the same because you've healed. And healing may look like forgiveness. Healing may look like loving yourself in that area. And I think that's why the word talks about renewing me. Give me a clean heart, renewing me the right spirit, right? It's like our heart truly does, out of it flow the issues of life, because it's our central, it's what holds a lot of our being, our heart. And I think it's really important to explore, right? And not be afraid of those areas that you might feel shame in, or the areas that you've been hurt in. So for instance, this is just being transparent. As you all know through my comedy, I've experienced rejection and ghosting, right? Which I feel like a lot of us have. So I was texting this guy, and some old feelings came, right? So in the past, I've been ghosted in the way of no response, or I guess that is what ghosting is, right? No response. And so with him, we're having a great conversation, but the feeling of, oh my God, I don't know if he's gonna respond, or not even anxiousness, but what I did in response to that feeling is I muted him. I muted him in my text messages so that I wouldn't expect a message from him, or I wouldn't expect for him to respond quickly, because I didn't want to put my mind state in the way of what if he don't, right? And so that was my attempt to control the feeling of having those bruises from being ghosted, right? So instead, I decided to operate in freedom. And after muting him, I unmuted him. And I just let him be as he was, and let myself be as I am. And so he responded regular, right? But that moment was growth for me, because I acknowledged the hurt that I felt, right? And the fact that this is a new situation. And even though I'm the same person that experienced the hurt, even though it's residue that still tries to come on me, I can clean it in that moment, right? Because that's the thing, it's moment to moment where you grow. We all just keep growing. So I just want to encourage y'all. I don't think this is going to be a long video, but I just want to encourage everyone to kind of look at your heart's condition. And even the way you operate now is usually based on experiences that we have experienced and survived through. And you have to decide what you want your condition to look like. Do I want to sit in rejection? Do I want to sit in shame? Do I want to sit in these bruises that I've experienced and let them outline what my love flow looks like going forward? And sometimes it's hard to decide to actually go on a new path, because sometimes it's easy to sit in places of despair if you don't see anything else happening. Sometimes it's a fight to decide that I'm going to take a different route this time, or have a different belief system this time, or have the courage to do this action that's just for me, that nobody else knows, like unmuting and being free, right? And so, yeah, I hope this encourages somebody to just take a second and maybe write down some things and you know, figure out a plan. This might sound crazy, but it's not easy. This is self-work. Nobody is checking in with you to see if you're doing it. Nobody is over your back, right? Except for you, who's experiencing whatever life you're experiencing. And writing down the things, because I know I still have a lot of things that my heart is dealing with. And that's just life, right? We're always processing. So it's good to check in with yourself and then figure out a game plan. Okay, so what do I want this happen? Okay. What does steps towards healing look like within this, right? Do I need to go to get help? Do I need therapy for this? What steps do I need to take? And this ain't no quick thing. This ain't no quick thing. I didn't even think this video would take a turn like this. That's probably why people write stuff down, huh? Probably. But either way, again, I just want to share that. Hopefully it inspires someone to know that you're not alone in this journey of figuring it out. Because I think we're all figuring it out. And we all want freedom in our heart space and in our love flow. And it's possible. It's possible to get past what's happened to you and create a new narrative and receive new things. And so if you like this video, I would encourage you to subscribe, like, comment. Wow, I probably should have gave y'all stuff to comment. I'm learning myself. But I just want to put some content here, content from the heart, and just build a connection with my audience in a different way, because y'all see me doing comedy. But hope you all have an awesome day.